What's good, everybody? Welcome to Bowler's Paradise. My name is Ben. I'm a USBC Silver Certified Coach, and today we are taking a look at the all-new High Speed from Columbia 300. Before we get going, make sure you're subscribed. Over 2/3 of you guys aren't. It's literally free, and it's one of the best things that you can do to help unbiased content like this coming. So go do it. The High Speed from Columbia 300 follows in the footsteps of the original Speed and the more recent Pearl Top Speed. All three of these pieces feature the shifter core with its low 2.48 RG, 050 differential, and an 015 intermediate diff. The original Speed featured the Formula One hybrid cover stock, so naturally this more recent hybrid iteration features a similar blend finished to 1500 polished out of the box, but this time it does feature that HK22 additive, just like pretty much every other new release from the 7 brands of Brunswick. For the layout, I went with a 4 1/4 by 5 by 3 2LS layout, and this is one that was pretty similar to what I put on my Roto Grip Duo, as I envisioned this High Speed being pretty forward off the spot like that piece from Roto Grip, with the High Speed being more aggressive in the mid lane and responsive off the spot, as it just has more core and cover strength out of the box. And on the lanes, I think this one might have actually taken the position as my favorite HK22 release to date. The simple fact that the outside part of the lane was playable was a huge bonus for this release from Columbia. If you've watched this channel with any regularity, you know that me and bowling outside of third arrow with any of these HK22 balls has pretty much been impossible. So for this piece to not only have a look from there, it also had a good look, and that was just awesome to see. And while the struggle was pretty real as I moved slowly inside, once I got to the right spot, the look from deep inside was just as good as it was on the outside part of the lane. The continuation through pins was phenomenal, and even though I did 9-pin a fair number of times, it didn't flat 10, and that's a trade-off I'll take every day of the week and twice on Sundays. On the downside, I had pretty much the same struggle with this one as I have had with every other HK22 release so far. Playing the high traffic part of the lane just didn't work well for me, and it wouldn't line up until I was almost to 5th arrow. Now don't get me wrong, I have no problem playing from that far inside, but as a normal league night progresses, balls with this much core tend to struggle with carry no matter what as friction develops. The High Speed may not struggle with that as much as some other options, but it's a strong ball that's meant to do a specific thing, and once that thing isn't available, it's time to ball change. So when having to ball down, I think pairing this piece with the DV8 Troublemaker and the Hammer NV2 or Pearl just really stand out to me. The Troublemaker just does a completely different thing and would allow you to zone change for a totally different look, and the NV2 or Pearl with its lower differential and intermediate diff would likely help keep you in the same zone, but get you through the lane a little bit easier and have more angle off the spot. Looking at our cross-brand comparisons, I first grabbed the EXJ Sigma from Motive, and while these two pieces are much different, the RG and differential values are almost identical, and you can see just how much difference the cover material makes here. The EXJ Sigma is cleaner but also smoother off the spot, and while that's great in one part of the lane, in the zone that looks great for the High Speed, I'm really close to leaving soft corners with this one from Motive. Then I grabbed the Summit from Storm. This one and the High Speed are similar in overall strength, but with the Summit being symmetrical, it generates more down lane angle than the High Speed. It's just as good as anything from deep inside, so this comparison is more about how each piece goes through the pins, and that can mean all the difference in carrying the hits that matter. But with that, here's my recommendations on the types of bowlers I think will match up well with this High Speed from Columbia 300. The first is speed dominant bowlers. Of all the HK22 releases thus far, I think this one will be the best for those that struggle with getting the ball to read because of their ball speed, as it will be strong, but not too strong to force them into a zone where they're uncomfortable or just don't trust their game. The second is bowlers with a high axis of rotation, and I have been very reserved in recommending any HK22 release to bowlers with a lot of axis rotation because of how responsive they are to friction. But this High Speed has enough core and is strong enough in the mid lane to blend that out. Also, if it becomes necessary, these bowlers can knock the surface down just a bit and see the performance match up to their game even more. The original was so good that it won Dom Barrett a Triple Crown, and now the all-new High Speed from Columbia 300 is here to race your scores all the way to the top of the scoreboard. And you can pick this up today and much more at bowlersparadise.com. Be sure you use that discount code YouTube at checkout for free shipping. Thank you very much to Dale's Weston Lanes for letting us film this video. If you haven't yet, like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell for more ball and product reviews, and as always, remember you guys, having the right ball in your hands, now that's Bowler's Paradise. Peace.